Yo, 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 what's good, everybody? This is the Lightly Seasoned Podcast, and we're your hosts, Clark and Marc. It's been a pretty long weekend, to say the least. We're trying something a little different for you guys. We're going to try and do 2 episodes a week instead of 1, see how that goes. So, how was your day, man? How's your weekend been?
Weekend was pretty crazy, man. We had Miami F1 weekend down here, lots of traffic, lots of drama. I mean, I actually got to randomly even go to the FTX party with the homie Juan, and that was pretty fun too. K Tronada was performing, Jamie
Love K
XS.
Tronada, man.
Yeah. There was plenty of those there. There was a lot of
free agents.
A lot of free agents that wanted contracts, let's just say. You know what I'm saying?
Trying to get signed, man.
Yeah.
What else?
And then actually, I do want to mention this too. The Black superstar billion dollar racer Lewis Hamilton, right? Mm-hmm. That's him. He was out there too. He rapped. You know, I'm big on like black guys in sports that were not really really dominating like that. So I just want to give him a shout out. He said he wants to move out to Miami. That was super dope.
Yeah, 7-time champion, man.
Yeah.
He's like the best driver in the world. And
actually, he got 6th place in that race, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
On Sunday, and Verstappen's was number 1.
Yeah.
That ended up getting that.
Yeah. So Red Bull kind of have a leg up on the competition right now. Like their car is really good.
Oh yeah. And then all the celebrities that came out, you seen that, right?
Bro, it was ridiculous, man. Like when did everybody become such big fans of F1? Like, I mean, I'm a F1 fan, you know, that type of stuff, but like all of a sudden it's like
I think everybody's big fans of just coming to Miami and having an excuse to come to Miami.
And an event.
And a nice event that
and a place to take pictures.
But also, you know, like the echelon of dollars that's going to be there. Even the people in the crowd are paying thousands of dollars just to sit in there.
Big money.
So like a friend of mine was
they made a fake dock so people could bring their yachts out. There wasn't even real water in it. It was like a fiberglass fake lake that dudes brought their yachts and parked up. I don't know if anybody saw it on a broadcast.
I missed that.
But
That's
it was like six or 8 yachts, and they made it so that the yachts could be a part of the race.
That's sick. And then you had like Jordan, Brady, Beckham, LeBron was out there, Michael Strahan was out there.
Anybody who's everybody was out there.
Yeah, Venus and Serena, so that's big money out there too. So it was pretty incredible. I mean,
Venus, I don't know if Venus waved the checker flag, but I know Serena has done it before.
Yeah, that's just a huge event that came down here, brought a lot of money down here. Bad Bunny was down here, D-Wade repping. You had Patrick Mahomes out there too as well. I mean, just star-studded event, man. It was incredible.
Patrick Mahomes was really there?
Yeah, he was.
Because I know I was watching it, and the reporter was following Paolo Banchero, and he thought he was Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, that was a thing too. And there was another.
And Paolo was looking kind of crazy.
Yeah,
he was like,
what?
They're focused like I am, and I was just like, Are you on something, B?
No, I think he might have went to that FTX event.
Oh yeah, facts.
He might have went to that. But honestly, it was a good little time. I didn't get to go to that race or anything like that, but the pre-party was real fun. I heard Michelle Obama was there the day before for the practice lap. So,
okay,
so
I know traffic was backed up all the way to Broward.
Yeah. I had a few like reality shows. I have NDAs, so I can't mention, but. Definitely an hour back on everywhere you wanted to go. It felt like we were just locked into Atlanta/LA traffic style. You know what I mean? It was just tough. You pretty much
traffic was nuts.
2 bottles of water in the car easily, just sitting there waiting. But yeah, man, let's there's some shit I read actually.
Breaking news.
Yeah. And honestly, it's pretty crazy. One of my favorite artists currently to date, between Young Thug and Gunna, have actually been a part of a whole indictment of a Rico case. And let me just actually read it off so you guys can kind of get the full fold of the situation. So it says, prosecutors allege that 2 associates of YSL, Kristen Appinger and Antonia Sumlin, worked on to get permission from Young Thug to make a second attempt murder on YFN Lucci while he was jailed from Fulton County. Well, he was jailed in Fulton County.
So this was a jail hit, people, just like Epstein.
Yep. And also Gunna, since he was, a part of YSL, and he appeared in a video titled Fox 5 wearing YSL pendant and slap pendant with lyrics stating, "We got 1,000 round choppers." And now the actual paperwork reading on this, it says, as associate of the enterprise Young Slime Life, here and after YSL, as defendants conspire to associate together with others for the common purpose of illegally obtaining money and property through a pattern of racketeering activity and participating in enterprise through defendants engaging in activities enamored herein. All right, so now they're going to start giving off all the charges.
As RICO charges, folks.
Yeah, basically RICO charges. We'll skim through that. But now, as an enterprise, YSL is an enterprise of a group of individuals associated. In fact, although not a legal entity, YSL constitute an ongoing organization whose members function as a continuing unit for common purposes of achieving objective of the enterprise. So they're saying the history of the criminal gang started.
They're saying that YSL is a gang.
Yeah.
It's not an actual company.
No, yeah, that's pretty much what they're saying. It said they started in 2012 in Cleveland Avenue in the area of Atlanta, Georgia. YSL claimed affiliation with the National Blood Gang. YSL founders were Jeffrey Williams, a.k.a. Young Thug, a.k.a. Slime, Walter Murphy, a.k.a. DK, and Travata, whatever, that's a tough one. Stevens, a.k.a. Tick, a.k.a. Slug. Jeffrey Williams, an Atlanta-based hip-hop artist, made YSL well-known, name referring to the songs on the social media. So basically, he kind of they're just saying that he got to curve the whole YSL name into actual energy by rapping and getting popular
songs.
And now they're really saying, since they're doing hits and other things like that and other activities and being affiliated with the Bloods, now they have legal, now the feds have a way just to say this is actual RICO charges.
Yeah, it's a legal entity.
And yeah, there's a lot of people.
I was sort of reading like the Shade Room has something on it too. It was like Young Thug, Gunna are among 28 defendants charged in a 56 count indictment in Fulton County. Jesus Christ. They pretty much conspiring to violate the Racketeering, Influence, and Corrupt Organizations Act, which is RICO, murder, armed robbery, participation in criminal street gang activities. That's crazy.
And the first count is like RICO.
Young Thug was accused of renting a 2014 Infiniti Q50 sedan from Hearst, which was used in the commission of a murder of Donovan Thomas Jr., a rival gang member, on January 10, 2015, according to the indictment. That's tough. The feds came and got Young Thug. And if they're going back, if they're shit, man.
They've gone back as far as 2012. That's a full 10 years.
That's a full investigation.
Full decade. That's one. Two, I heard Gunna hasn't been picked up yet.
He hasn't been picked up, but him and Yak Gotti were also named. So I mean, I hope everything works out for them. That's a tough one. Anytime the feds are involved, like, listen, they're not coming for you until there's like a 95% chance you're going down.
No, I agree. And honestly, it's not even just that, right? Here's the thing I noticed about these RICO charges and being in the hip hop game, right? The part about that is there's a lot of similarities. Let's go with the 6ix9ine case, right? With the whole Treyway thing, we don't even have to put the snitching thing or anything like that. But just the whole Treyway thing. Hey, it was a blood gang. He asked them to be in the video. Eventually, they got cool and, they started kind of managing him and everything like that. Became something, and he blew up really fast. But
real quick.
Real quick. Yeah. So now the issue with that is that there was violence that was involved. So you have the whole Chief Keef part. You have all of the whole Casanova part, which was a whole issue. I think the feds don't like violence when that becomes that, and that's when they really start coming down on you. And that's the huge thing that you could really start seeing with the similarities of all these Rico cases. Once the violence starts, the feds start knocking, they start really taking people down. So now if you start putting in the whole Young Thug part. He had a lot of guns out before, he was, that was a whole big thing. Now you really notice there's no guns in his videos, no real violence in his videos or anything like that. And
Doug's pretty much gone mainstream.
He's gone mainstream, which is cool. Like I think that's what
that should be the objective of any artist. Tell you the honest truth is to go mainstream.
No, of course. Like honestly, that's what those guys seen in him. You know what I'm saying? Like they seen that he was gonna be a star, and like what's the guy that formerly owned Def Jam?
Russ?
Not Russ, not owned, but the other guy, the German Lior. Yeah, that's what Lior seen in him. You know what I'm saying? Like. And that's when Thug kind of started putting those guns away, started cleaning up his act. I guess he had an issue with Lucci. These are all rumors. These are all alleged.
Yeah.
Want these guys to be free the men. But allegedly, they had an issue in like 2017, 2018.
Yeah, you could Google it too.
You know what I mean? So this is what we read. Yeah, this is what we end up reading. And basically, long story short, and short story even longer, they started having like a long petty beef. Basically, Thug said he felt like Pac, and and a lot of people end up saying that. Kodak said that. Ja Rule said that.
That's a very common thing.
Every 4 or 5 years, some artist is going to come out and say, "Hey, yeah, I feel like Pac," and somebody else is always going to say, "No, you're not." So essentially, that's what happened here. Lucci was like,
"Nah, you ain't Pac, but you do like to wear dresses." Supposedly, that's according to Google.
Yeah,
I don't really get in too deep on the beefs, but yeah, supposedly it stemmed from that.
I didn't think that was enough to be a big deal to where they're actually like beefing. To me, I thought that was like light. I never paid attention to it. I didn't think it was nothing, right? And then you have
as a petty king myself.
Yeah,
I can see if somebody else is a petty king in between the two of them, I could definitely see how to be cracked off.
Yeah, and the part is too, it's like he used to rock with who was the Rich Homie? So
Rich
that's
Homie
like
Quan.
So like that's a whole weird dynamic too. So you know what I mean? And both of those guys, Rich Homie and Lucci, are a TGE, right? Or think it's a game. Yeah, think it's a game. So basically, I look at it like he should have just let that one roll off his back, and I think he did publicly. Didn't he say something you were telling me earlier?
He was saying like, I think an interview with Big Boy in California, that he hopes Lucci makes more money than him. So yeah, I guess I didn't know when you make comments like that in the public sphere, you really don't think something's going on underneath the table or anything like that. So yeah, this is a tough one.
And then there was a whole music video with Gunna and Lil Keed, which are both YSL artists, and they were pushing Lil Keed pretty hard at the time. I think they still might be. But basically, they were in the music video, and then like the surrounding area got shot up, but not like nobody was getting shot at, from what reports say. And they were saying rumors that it was YFN Lucci's people, which had me confused because I was just like, oh, okay, they're actually beefing, and I didn't know it was over that original comment, which is, to me, I'm just still rolling my eyes over this because it's like, this sounds super stupid to kind of make everything hot.
That's the movements of a petty king.
But now this is kind of making me wonder, who was Lucci driving and what was that shooting about?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's wild. It's wild that he was even driving. Like
he was the driver of a shooting from allegedly.
A superstar.
And the star of the crew doing that, he's the driver of it, ends up in jail. And apparently they're saying it's the second attempt. So maybe that was the first attempt. I don't know.
That's why Lucci said he feared for his life.
Yeah, he did say he feared for his life. These are all alleged, but that actually has paperwork where he said he was in fear of his life and everything like that.
He'd rather be on house arrest.
Yeah,
or whatever the case may be. But shit, man.
Like I
it's
hope,
a tough one.
I hope these guys all figure it out, and like hopefully there's not really a crazy amount of time served or no time served.
I hope everything gets sorted out. Yeah, man.
Yeah, because both of those guys, I think, I'm not sure if Dugg ever had a number one album, but he's been on number one songs for sure. And
Dugg is a hit maker. Yeah, I'm not necessarily. Wait, I think the last one,
the one with the London.
Yeah,
I think that did come out to be number one.
I think that came out as number one. We could be wrong though.
And then Gunna definitely had a number one album for a few weeks, and he beat out The Weeknd.
Yeah.
I mean, this is really supposed to be the past few years. It was really good for YSL. So.
Yeah, this was their. I mean, like
they have their little beefs, but to me, it was just never serious.
They kind of went on a little run from Thugg's tape to Wanna to this second Gunna tape.
Yep.
Like they've been going on like a little run. You know, I mean, in general, a lot of good
the YSL tape,
out.
Right?
Yeah,
with the
and
whole
then the
ski.
YSL, yeah. And then the YSL tape. So it's like they kind of went on a little run, putting out a bunch of good music for the fans. And it's like, it's a shame if something petty like you saying you were Tupac and him saying nah could cause like the collapse of an empire. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, that's real tough.
Yeah, and it's just like it was like what, just a little comment. I don't know. It just doesn't, it's just too much money over a petty comment that you guys can let go. Allegedly, I'm hoping that's not the case. Maybe hope is not that deep either. You know, hopefully it's just like, hey, it's a little scare, and the FBI usually doesn't scare and just let you go. But I'm hoping you guys get
that's really. Oof.
I'm hoping you guys get the right lawyers.
That's a possibility.
Yeah, I'm hoping you guys get the right lawyers that know the right people that are gonna hopefully make them stand down and get you guys back out, because you guys are great hit makers. You guys are making money for everybody in your circle right now. It's not a good look. It's just not a good look for 2020, 2023, and all the enterprises that you guys are able to actually make legitimately, which you guys were making a lot of things legitimate. So yeah, man, just I'm hoping and wishing for the best for YSL. But yeah, like and like I said, they've had their beefs. Like you've had the Sauce Walker beef, right? They've had their beef with YFN.
Their fair share.
But it tends to go away pretty quick, and I always felt like none of their beefs were ever super serious, especially like when they started cleaning up like the crew a little bit in there. Like, you know, like we've had them booked before, so, and I could tell they had a wild bunch early. But like everything, hey, you know, you live and you learn, and you have the people that kind of calm down and pick the right positions and get a little bit better, man. But
yeah,
man,
ever since Thugg's brother got out and put out his tape, I thought, you know, it was a different. He was moving on to a different phase of his career. You know what I mean?
But then Dugg just also had some more drama, because then his like baby mama get shot in a bowling alley.
Really?
Yeah, it was over a bowling ball or something like that. She got shot and killed.
What?
Recently, yeah. Like that one you could look up too. That actually happened. So who knows? Who knows if that's more of a conspiracy thing and that was a thing? I don't even know. There's a lot of questions.
Over a bowling ball in a bowling alley.
These are the comments that I read and the things that I read, which I'm actually shocked and saddened and surprised by.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's stupid again. You know what I mean? Like, I know people are stressed over the bunch of things, but we're talking about a bowling ball and a rental place. Like, you can wait, or you.
And somebody lost their life over it. Wow.
You can't tell me how much the bowling ball is over a life ever. Yeah,
that's pretty nuts.
It's going to be pretty sad out there, you know?
Yeah, man. Well, shit. I don't know. Yeah, you kind of threw me for a loop on that one. I kind of don't know where to go, but shit, we were talking about music, so let's stay there. So since the last episode,
but there's still more controversy.
Wait. Okay, there's more.
Yeah. There's more controversy out there. There's I know you probably at least had to hit your radar between WACK versus Jay Prince.
Yeah, I seen I seen a little bit of what's going on, and it seems standard, par for the course for the type of person that Jay Prince is. And the type of person that WACK is, like it just.
two bulls in the room.
Yeah,
two alphas in the room. And they're not even in the room. It's Clubhouse and social media right now.
Yeah. But hey man, I would rather leave that one alone.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't want to get the trigger fingers in a photo.
Yeah. I mean, if I had to put my money on it, I might put my money on him.
Oh yeah, 1,000%. 1,000%.
His money is since. You know what I mean? Touched him with Mayweather money, and he's got boxing money right now. I just wouldn't. You know what I'm saying? Like that's
Shakur.
You just seen him on that ESPN, top rank.
Shakur Stevenson.
Yep.
Yeah, he's a bad boy.
Yep, and I think he has Terrence Crawford. I'm not sure.
I don't know if he has Terrence.
Or is it the other guy? Or is it the other one?
I think no. Terrence Crawford. That's Bob Arum. I want to say Bob Arum has Terrence Crawford.
But who's the other one that Terrence don't like right now?
Errol Spence.
I think he might have Errol and what's the name?
I don't think he has sure? Errol.
He has two good fighters. It's Tank and somebody else.
Tank.
Oh, I think he might have Tank.
Nah, Mayweather has Tank.
Mayweather has Tank. He has two good fighters right now. Jay Prince right now has two good fighters. Like seriously specialized fighters, and he's making great money right now.
Okay. I mean, he's always gonna make money.
Oh, facts. Just the old catalog itself. But yeah, man, I really wish these guys, I hope they squash it real fast too, But yeah, I'll let you guys kind of read up on it, but there's a little disagreement on who said what and what was said and paperwork and things like that. Not like legal paperwork, but like contract paperwork and things like that. So
yeah,
I'll let you guys read up on it, but I'm hoping that both sides come to a nice cool down agreement and keep it cool.
Mm-hmm. Any more drama before I go on to something else?
I mean, well, you can briefly just say rest in peace.
Rest in peace, Kevin. Right?
Yeah, Kevin Samuels.
Yeah, this drama I'm kind of familiar with. Yeah. I'm kind of familiar with the overall theme of the drama. So if you guys don't know, Kevin Samuels, he's been pretty popular. He's gotten pretty popular, especially over the pandemic where people were home. He brought the idea of a high value man out. That guy. He had the
jokes too. I ain't gonna even sit there and lie.
Yeah, what?
The jokes?
He had the jokes. He had the jokes. He was funny.
Yeah, he was.
He passed away. He passed away like not pretty much having sex for if you want to just break it down, because the woman that was there came out. She was a nurse.
Okay, she finally said it was sex.
I mean, after they had sex, he started complaining about chest pains, and then he collapsed on top of her. So that's essentially what happened. But it's caused a lot of mixed emotions, to say the least, in the social media sphere, if you want to call it that. Like, a lot of people have essentially, for lack of a better term, just been saying that, they're happy that he's gone. There's been a lot of the hate, right? Mm-hmm. If you can say that. And I mean, for social media, it's kind of par for the course. You know what I mean? Like, that's what social media kind of promotes, and it breeds. Like, it breeds getting to know, like wanting to know and getting to know like everything about somebody. And if there are things that even people that you don't like, so then like if you already don't like something, you're gonna find out more reasons not to like it, or this, that, and the third. So I think like the overall theme that this kind of touches on is just like social media and life. You know what I mean? Because,
I mean, and I'll say this is because Kevin Samuels tended to be people.
He was a straight shooter.
He was a straight shooter, but some people, the Karens of the world, or not necessarily Karen as white women, but just like the energy, right? The Karens of the world, quote unquote. I would say would be like, well, he was a sex baiter. He made sexes like split and all that, and So those people that felt a way about him, like you said, they're just going to carry on to that. They're going to keep looking into it. They're going to deep dive.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, it's just rest in peace. I mean,
I kind of saw it more educational.
Yeah, I thought it was educational plus satire. He had some good satire in there. Like, and plus, honestly, even if you didn't agree with him, it was a point to bring up a conversation, and maybe you could make him see it another way and open his eyes. Who knows, right? But I just thought it was like a great way to have a conversation with maybe like more of a person that was of traditional values to today's 2020 standard of values. And you can kind of see it both ways. You're having an open, honest conversation. It was in the pandemic, people are sitting at home, so during that time it was really good. And even after the fact, he was able to get on different platforms and speak on it, and other people would be able to go back and forth with him, like celebrities. So it became like a real cool thing. He even talked to the one chick that took Pat Will's money.
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So yeah, you know what I mean? Like, it was like a cool. He was fun to watch. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
I got a kick out of it.
Yeah, I didn't even watch him every time, but the ones that like made it to like more national streaming stuff is where I ended
the memes. Essentially, the people that made memes out of the certain parts or the funny clips.
Yeah,
those are really the ones that I saw.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like, Instagram. I think I may have tried to catch 1 or 2 episodes. Like, it was, to me, it was informative. Like, on both sides. I really don't see what the problem is, why women, or why they thought he was like condemning black women or whatever the case may be. He was just
And you know the funniest part? There was a few times where some women would make a decent point, and I'd be like, all right, yeah, I kind of see, or at least you could kind of see where their mind is at. So it's like, all right, cool. This is what they're thinking.
Well, like I said,
this is how we're thinking.
Like I said, he was a straight shooter.
And I like that.
A lot of people
were taken back.
Yeah, a lot of people don't like to be talked to. It's just essential. Like I don't know what it is, but nowadays it's hard to directly talk to somebody.
Yeah, I know.
It always is negative. You know what I mean? They always take it as negative instead of just talking.
Yeah. The older I get, I've just been cutting through that fat. To be real, it's just
1000%.
It's like, man, yeah, I'm just gonna say what this is, and live with the results. I have no worries about it anymore. It's not the way to live, to just, talk super nice and walk on eggshells. Man, just shoot it straight, deal with the aftermath after. Some people will hate you, some people will love you, but at the end of the day, you at least spoke your piece and you could rest your eyes comfortably, And I'm pretty sure, at the end of the day, he's probably resting his eyes pretty comfortably too, you know what I'm saying? Probably looking back at the past few years and what he accomplished. He's done some things, I
mean, he went out, like...
Hey, Charleston White actually said he went out like a hero. He's like one of his favorite people now. Like that passed. He said he wants to go out that way.
That's funny.
Yeah, I was dying when I read that. I was just like, you know what, man? It was like a real cool like dude. And I just want to say rest in peace to Kevin Samuels, man. The guy was a real cool, amazing dude, man.
Yeah, rest in peace, man. God bless the dead.
Yeah, man. So now there's some things that have been popping off too, but
a lot of things. Like, I'm not gonna front. Like, a lot of things happened over the weekend since the last episode, and I've probably forgotten
at least
more things than I remember.
Facts.
It was long. Let's just get right into it. Okay. If you want to talk about music, like I was heading earlier, Jack Harlow put out a tape. No Cap put out a tape, and Future put out an album. I'm sure other people did also, but those are the
three ones that are like getting like spins right now.
Yeah, the main ones. And like shout out to Future. His album premiered on the top 100 and top 200.
I'll say this
at the same time.
Bad Bunny was in that mix too, though.
Bad Bunny?
Yeah.
So he put out a #1 album also.
Yeah, that was the
Future
number one.
Put out a #1 overall.
Yeah, that's the art drawing with the heart, with the sad face, one eye heart. You've probably been seeing it around.
Yeah,
that's the one that's been going around, and Bad Bunny most likely took #1 for sure. And then I think, Future's #1 and Bad Bunny.
Future's #1.
Yeah, I think it's Future then Bad Bunny, if I'm not mistaken.
I think it's the first hip hop artist to do that shit.
Not a bad move, man.
And the song with Drake and Thames.
Yeah.
Number one.
Never fails. Never fails.
Yo.
Speaking of Jack Harlow, wasn't he at like the
Derby?
The Derby, Kentucky
He was
Derby with
Derby
Drake.
And that maybe should have put to rest some of the rumors that Drake and Drama are still beefing. They were there together.
Yeah. They squashed that. Plus, I mean,
Drake's been squashing a lot of beef.
Yeah, I've been seeing that.
Only nigga he's not squashing is Pusha T, who also put out an album.
Yeah. We talked about that like on the last one, I believe, or the week before. You know, or the episode before. Like, yeah, Pusha's album, and actually we had about I want to say 500, 600 votes saying that the album's fire on Report Card Radio, actually, through their poll.
That's tough.
Yeah. A lot of people agree that the album's definitely fire. 80% was on it. And that's a really good look. But speaking of Jack Harlow, though, like a lot of his tracks are pretty good. He's got the track with Drake. He's got, I want to say the First Class track is pretty good. The Dua Lipa.
First Class.
The Dua Lipa track.
The sky. Yeah.
Nail Tech is good. He's got a track with.
Nail Tech's fire.
You know, he's got a track with Pharrell Williams, you know, called Movie Star. So he's pretty good music by Jack. I gotta say that, man. Give him his applause. We already talked about Future's album, which is really fire, super fire, and he's got that deluxe, like we said. And then let's see what Bad Bunny has on his mix. You know, probably has a few features that might be around that we might know. Actually, you might not know any of these names, but he's got over 23 tracks. Definitely got to give this a spin when I'm pulling up to Miami. 1,000%. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, what you been like listening to out of some of these albums, man?
Say that one more time.
No, I was saying, what you been listening to out of some of these albums?
I've been
like what
listening
song?
to Future.
Like some songs, like
shit, Puffin' on Zooties. That's fire right now. The Drake song with him and Thames on it. I should say the Future song with Drake and Thames on it, but you know what I'm saying. That's one of my favorite ones. The one with Dirk.
Nice.
That's fire. The one that he premiered a couple of months ago or a couple of weeks ago, the one with Gun on it. That's fire. Gun and Thug.
True.
You know, like what else? I can't think of the names right now, but like pretty much from it's one of those ones that you could just let ride. Like it's one of those you can listen to the whole thing. You're gonna pull up the Drake and Thames song a couple of times because it's a really good song. He's not so toxic on it. You know what I mean? For sure. And that's kind of refreshing. Like it's one of those really big girl songs. You know what I mean? Like it's huge. The other Drake song is fire too. I can't remember the name of it.
Wait for You.
Wait for You is the one with Thames.
Oh, that is the one with Thames. Let me see the other one. Let me check for the other one. I've been looking at some of these tracks too. I do like the track with him and STG too. And now I'm kind of wondering, speaking of STG, you remember that 4-2 Dugg actually got arrested, right?
I forgot.
I totally forgot about that. It's because I was wondering when
42 Dugg did get arrested.
Yeah, I forgot because I was like wondering where they were going to go on tour and like, or who they're going to hop on tour with all these people coming out. But now I'm thinking about it. Yeah, he got. I think what happened was he had like a sentence that he had to actually serve, right? Yeah. In prison. Well, it was supposed to be like a 6-month sentence, and now he kind of basically ran from that for months on end. And then not only did he run from that for months on end, he tried to claim sovereignty, which is basically, long story short, is that he's not a part of the U.S., right? Yeah,
I can't explain what sovereign is. It was like a whole conspiracy thing when I was in college. You know, being sovereign, you can't be arrested. Like, I don't know what that means.
I feel like it's almost like diplomatic immunity, and you're like from another country almost. Like that's what I feel like sovereignty is. But I could be completely wrong. Y'all probably gonna, you know, in the chat cussing me out right now about this, but. From what I know is he tried to use that method, and the judge and the prosecutor and everybody else was like, hell no. They picked his ass up from an actual private airport because in the manifest, they didn't put down anybody's name who was flying on this private jet, and you are legally supposed to. They got flagged by the FBI. They came over to the private jet, and guess what? You know it. 4-2 Dugg is sitting right there, probably rolling a blunt as they pick his ass up. So now, not to laugh, but now that he's sitting in jail, now this project is probably halfway on ice because you only have STG to promote one half of this actual duo tape with them.
Yeah,
man.
I hope he got to shoot some videos.
Yeah, I mean, the songs are hard. It's definitely a lot of those songs are on a lot of playlists, getting a lot of spins,
bangers.
You know, and I feel bad for that too. They could have easily
doing some good stuff for the Midwest.
Yeah, they easily could have got on a tour with like Lil Durk or anybody, you know. Yeah, man, but that's a shame for sure. It's a damn shame.
It's a real damn shame. What else? Oh, what else happened?
Canelo got knocked out.
Canelo got whooped. Canelo got whooped. That's crazy.
Yeah, actually, by this guy
he moved up in weight. I don't know why these dudes be doing this. You know what I mean? Like,
I think they get bored. Like Adesanya got bored and then he moved up and that didn't really work out.
Yeah, but his stupid ass moved up and didn't gain no weight. He tried to stay at his same weight and try to prove a point, and then got his ass beat.
It's because he beat that really swole dude right before. So in his eyes, he was like, this ain't going to be much different. And it was. Dude just laid on him. Mm-hmm. Just wore him down. And the same thing, I'm not saying the same thing happened with the Bivol fight, but, you know, I think Mayweather was kind of alluding like, Canelo leaves himself too open so many times, so he's going to get beat, this and that. And they kept like replaying that clip, basically. So now Canelo doesn't have his belt. Bivol's the new champion in boxing. And we'll see if he's going to be a star. I'm not sure, but we'll see, man. Boxing is kind of up and down. Right now, it's really the YouTube kids that's really bringing in the money. Sad to say it. You hate to see it.
Yeah, that's real.
You hate to see it. You know what I mean?
That's real. The hip-hop industry, specifically, like, I think Southside, the producer, put out a song with Travis and Future on it.
I did like that song.
It's a really good song. And then Quavo brought Travis out, I think, in Miami.
That did happen.
You know what I mean? So I think they're trying to help him come back from the Astroworld tragedy. You know what I mean? And I'll still defend Travis. Like, he didn't know what was going on. Like,
all right.
He didn't know what was going on. Like, that's all I'm gonna say.
No, for sure. So like,
and everybody's just like trying to like, you should have never had the this, that, and the third. Like, yo, the city said go ahead.
I want you to.
The city was there.
No. All right. I want you to play ipso facto A&R owner of Travis Scott, and whatever you say he's gonna do to, you know, his promo run to actually come back. What would you do?
To Travis? Okay.
Yeah.
This is what his promo run is gonna need. He's going to need a heater.
Oh, of course. That's standard.
He's going to need a heater. A heater. And he needs to be featured on another heater.
All right.
Right? Then he's probably I don't know his legal situation with what's going on, but I would probably, he has enough money to where like he could perform for the rest of the year and give that money to some fund to help the people that die. Something like that. You know, something good for PC.
All right.
Right? Then you're going to have some, like, you got to put out the best project of your life. It has to be better than Astroworld.
No, that definitely has to be true too, because you definitely have to have some music.
Has to be better than Astroworld.
A lot of pressure, but he definitely needs to.
I mean, because you already know he lost a lot of stuff. He lost his drink. He lost that cacti seltzer agave thing. He lost that. He lost a lot of looks. I don't know if he's still the face of Dior Men anymore.
So who does he need to, like, what platform does he need to get on? Who does he need to stand next to kind of like start washing some of that away?
That's a tough question, right? Because
And who's going to take the chance?
The answers are going to be people I really wouldn't want him to deal with or have to deal with. But like fucking Billie Eilish, somebody like her, right?
That's a start. Does he have to stand next to Jay-Z? Robert Kraft kind of thing?
Nah, I don't think, because he's not a super adult like that. You know what I mean? He's not that old. He's not in that generation.
But that generation could help out, I think. I think a guy like Robert Kraft actually in a weird way could help.
Travis didn't actually do anything.
No, I know that.
You know what I mean? Travis is just getting all the media buzz because he's the guy.
Of course. Now let's just say Robert Kraft decides to be, he's just hanging out with Robert Kraft, right? Just in one of those things, media comes up, starts asking about that. He say, hey man, this is a young artist, a young man that was just performing and doing his job. Hey, let him just enjoy his day. And that's the quote.
That would go a long way.
I think that would go far.
That would go a long way. But like, I mean, he already has one of the biggest social media pushes in his corner already. You know what I mean? Like, he's got the power of a Kardashian, and he can choose to use it whenever he pleases.
No, for sure. It's just obviously he needs to use it sooner than later, and what direction and where do you aim first is the biggest question. Does he like hang out with? I mean, does he hang out with like one of the Obamas? Like, what is it gonna take to help wash that off a little bit? I
mean, he's got a hot, like I said, there's like a hot song. There's already a pretty decent hot song that's out.
Hot songs are always going to help it out. It's like Kobe. You start scoring 40 for a month, you might forget about some things. You know what I mean?
Facts.
So, like, I think it's going to take a lot for him to get out this actual hole that he's in right now. But with the right ways, the right people, I think he also could probably become more personalized.
He could probably use a look like.
He needs to be on a skit or something, even if it's like him.
That's a hard one.
Him and Drake should go on Saturday Night Live. He does one skit. Make him real funny.
But the only real funny skit would be with Pete. And that's like a conflict of interest.
You're right about that. He could actually work with Pete, but that wouldn't work.
That's the only, like, the kids don't watch Saturday Night Live for anybody else but Pete.
No, I'm just saying, but if he has like a safe, or if he's like on the ESPYs.
Yeah.
If he does, like, he doesn't need a host, but just a quick skit.
He's got to do like a quick
jump in on the skit, be really
publicity
funny.
Run, like do something for the victims. You know what I mean? He could set something up for the victims. That'll go a long way.
He needs a lot of commercial airtime, even though he's not on commercials. Like, he needs to be like on a State Farm commercial.
Yeah.
Somewhere it just runs all day.
Like, McDonald's could look out for him. He made them a lot of money last year.
Yeah. They need to make him like more personal. And the reason why I'm saying funny is because that's going to like take away that sinister-esque feel that they're trying to paint him in.
Yeah.
So if you could kind of have to put him out like Kevin Hart. Like, he doesn't have to act that loud, but you know what I'm saying? Those type of that lighthearted feel.
They love you, then they hate you, then they love you again, fam.
Yeah. I mean, people want to see the rise and the fall, and I definitely want to see him come back to...
Yeah, Travis was one of my favorite artists for a long time.
Like, he didn't musically fail anything.
Since I met him at the Delano, whatever the name of the club is, at the Delano Hotel.
Oops, I mean Delano.
Yeah,
Pharrell no.
With Yes, Jules was hosting. I think he was there.
Like that, Bron. Nah, man, I'm a...
Yo, oh God! Speaking of Pusha T,
yeah,
he said he's banned from Canada.
Is he?
That's what he says. I mean, I don't.
Is he?
I can't look it up. Like, he says he's banned from Canada and it's Drake's fault, or that's what he at least alluded to.
I can see that. Honestly, that's probably messing up a good amount of his money, because he's from that VA sound. Probably definitely travels up there. I mean, it's not Drake that far off.
That was his favorite, one of his faves.
Yeah, so that was definitely being pushed up there.
That was a lot of people's faves in Canada.
Yeah, they'd probably need to like publicly squash it, and then I don't
know if Drake will squash this one.
Yeah, I mean, I think Pusha probably understood that once he had his kid.
Yeah,
he kind of like lightly alluded to it. He's like, yeah, if somebody were to talk about mine, I was like, yeah, well, now I think you probably understand that. You know what I mean? Like,
but fuck it.
Fuck it, yeah. I mean, it was a little bit too late. The cat was already out the bag, and then he had the kid, so you can only know what you know at the time. So I can't really blame Push. Well, I can't really blame Push for that. He did jump out the window for Kanye.
Yeah.
And then if you really look at it, I think in the Drink Champs episode, he was like, man, they have like a weird thing going on, a weird beef, man. I'm out of it. he literally said that. So it was kind of funny, like watching that whole beef unfold and how everything went from him saying F Bert. Well, it went from way before that. It went from the Wayne jabs, because I think they had an interview or something like that. And then Mr. Me Too, and then all of that. Then it really started just spiraling downhill to him not being able to go down to Canada. It's pretty crazy.
Okay.
New God Flow and all that. All between that. You remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a lot of jabs back and forth.
Whole bunch of jabs.
Yeah, just like...
That was one of the better beefs.
Oh, yeah. That was a better beef.
Like, it was back and forth. Like, there was no clear winner per se.
No, I don't
think Drake would admit to that, but
I don't think there was
no clear winner in my mind.
Because I mean, honestly, if the other person's still successful, like as much as Drake is, it's kind of hard to say he lost either. Even if you want to say lyrically, oh yeah, he didn't really get him. Let's just say that, right? Let's just say pen for pen, he didn't get him, but this guy's like the number one rapper still. You know what I'm saying? Like nothing has changed. He's still the number one rapper. It's like when Chris Childs punched Kobe. That we talk about it, but that in the grand scheme of thing, when there's a 30 for 30 for Kobe, that's going to be like a 2-minute piece, maybe if that. You know what I'm saying? Maybe if that, and that's going to skim right over it. So I love Push. Push is like one of my like probably top 10 rappers, like lyrically and everything like that.
Yeah.
So like if I'm just talking about lyrical miracles, like I'm picking Push in my top 10 for sure. So
I mean, Styles. No. Was it Styles?
Styles. I think he Pusha T had Styles in his top 5.
Styles in his top 5. Okay.
Yeah, and I mean,
I used to say that too. I'm not gonna front.
I mean, Pusha T had Styles on his first Clips album, if I'm not mistaken, and I'm Not You. If I'm not.
Styles had probably one of the best series of mixtapes. The Ghost in the Machine joints.
Oh yeah, Styles.
Oh
nice.
My God.
Styles was super nice. Like Holiday has always been good. I actually went to his Juice place too. So like,
okay,
yeah, that was actually a cool, interesting experience too. I think he teamed up with. I'm not sure if he teamed up with Angela Yee. Yeah, he did. Okay, yeah. So yeah, that place is actually really good. I definitely had that like twice when I was up there.
Yeah, that's what's up. Shout out to Styles.
Definitely shout out to Styles, man.
That's what's up, yo. Okay. So also what went on, right?
Mm-hmm.
The U.S. State Department finally is recognizing the Brittany Griner situation needs to not be happening no more.
Oh, she's still in there.
Yeah, she's still there. And they're now saying that, yo, you guys need to let her out. Like, this is going on a little bit too long.
Yeah.
Like, we've let y'all live. Now
bring her back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like how many days? The last time I heard it was 60 days. So
over 2 months, right?
Yeah, she's starting to reach like damn near a few months now, maybe like 3 months. Honestly, it's been a good little minute now. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely been a good little minute that she's been in there, and she was only in there for a vape pen.
Supposedly, allegedly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's
it could have been tobacco.
Could have been tobacco. Could have been anything, but like
we don't know that for sure.
But it's probably nothing major, and
they're only doing it because she's like,
you know, they probably assume that she's like ultrally famous in America too. So, you know what I mean? Like we all know who Brittany Griner is for the most part. Like if you watch any like
if you know any kind of sports show,
yeah,
you probably have a clue who Brittany Griner is. But other than that, you know, she is not like she's Michael Jordan or somebody like that.
No. She's not at the F1 race.
So, not even like...
She's not in that tier of the F1 race. But she definitely should be out. You know what I'm saying?
Regardless of her stature.
LiAngelo Ball got out before Brittany Griner. Matter of fact,
it was China.
Yeah, I know, but Trump had that letter out pretty quick. I ain't even gonna hold you from what he said.
Yeah,
from what he said.
Facts.
So, hey, listen, you know what I mean? I was a college kid and is a WNBA star. So I'm not, you know, that pretty much kind of shows you where it's at in popularity and what's going on in America and, you know, the priorities. But still, yeah, free Brittany Griner. She definitely needs to be out. It's free 4-2 Dugg. It's free Brittany Griner. It's free pretty much all of YSL.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I have a it's actually something I wanted to touch on a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, talk about it.
Okay. It seems that anytime one of our celebrities are black icons or whatever you want to call it gets in trouble, the first thing is free them.
Free the men.
Right? The first thing is free them, right? But like sometimes I'll be looking at like what's going on. You know what I mean? And it's like, yo, like say take K's situation. Y'all see what this nigga did, right?
Pretty wild.
Right?
Allegedly. But yeah, pretty wild.
Not no allegedly. He did.
They found it. Yeah.
There's no allegedly in this one.
Yeah. He's serving life or something like that.
Something.
He's serving something pretty heavy.
While he was in there, he already started a gang, so they had to move him. Right?
I mean, his popularity was
already. How on? Just like, yo, for real, like the free take case stuff like that. Like, yo, whoa.
I looked at Gunna's charges and Thug charges. It only says Rico, and he has count number 56, whatever that is. Y'all can look that up.
I'm not saying them.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm
not talking about YSL. I'm not talking about YSL. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I'm not going to promote freeing somebody that is literally caught with murder, like all the way. Like, you know, hey, you got to do your time. You know what I'm saying? I've known some former people that have done some things of that ilk and they've done their time, and I can't say, hey, you should never be out. Hey, you've done your time. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, you from the standard of what America and all these governing parties have said, that's how you are rehabilitated, is serving your time, and whatever the public deemed that you were supposed to get, that's what it was supposed to be. So at the end of the day, man, like I completely agree. Like somebody like TK, I can't say free him. He's got to serve his time, whatever that time is. If that's what he did. If he didn't do it,
it's just some wild shit. Just like that's the first thing. And a lot of times the convictions, niggas is still free them. But it's like, yo, these niggas got bodies. Like they really disrupted a bunch of stuff in certain people's whole life.
Oh yeah, no,
and it's like
you literally ended a life. So like at the end of the day, I can't say free you. Like if you messed up somebody's property and you could pay it back, or you know, a little touch up, and you know, like something breaks, but you could pay it back, and you could pay for, you know, some of those things in civil court. All right, you know, those things, sometimes you shouldn't have to like sit in jail for years.
Oh yeah, facts.
Like, hey man, you know what? Come out their pockets. Matter of fact, I ain't say they got to be they Jeffrey, but make sure that other person is paying for them to get back on their feet, back to comfortable, back to everything. And that alone is like jail, because you got to pay for all that. So, facts. You know what I mean? Like that alone is a huge message. I don't think you have to go into a whole prison system with other people that's violent, that's probably way more violent, you know what I'm saying? That's actually got bodies. And then, yeah, you have like something where a scuffle went a little bit too heavy, too hard. Yeah, and you know, it might have been off of like inebriated guys fighting, and then somebody went too hard or something like that. But if that person lived and there's no like permanent damages, but it's like damages for a few months, yeah, like all right, they got to serve those months and pay off all those things until he's out or something. You know what I'm saying? Just take that, things, take that time from him. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, those years in jails and like putting people in the wrong places, I never agree with that too. But back to the point, like a murder, I can't ever say free that person. You won't ever catch me saying that. Not saying that you're accusing me of that. I will never say that. But like, you know, there's drug charges that's not like, you know, like real deadly. You just had a lot. Yeah, go ahead. I'm going to say free, y'all. If it's like, you know, hey, you know, that person, like, I'm not going to say drunk driving and kill somebody because that's bad. But like, hey, you know, that person might have been drunk out in the open and
assaulted a camera guy.
Not even. Let's say they're drunk out in the open and had possession of a weapon and they're not supposed to have a possession of a weapon. Yeah, okay, free them too. You know what I'm saying? Because if they weren't using it, if they were never attempting to grab it or use it, it was just on them and y'all just rolling. Yeah, free that person.
It was in the car.
Yeah, something like that. I'm gonna say free that person. But when we're talking about bodies and all that, and it's proven. And it's all the way proven, like locked in. It's all, man, it's over with. You know what I'm saying? They actually get convicted and all the way through. Yeah, that's when you're not going to hear me say free that person. You know what I mean? It's just done.
That's wild.
But like I said,
to me, I'm just saying, yeah, right?
Yeah,
that's just a little wild to me.
But I'll make my point earlier. Like I said, I'm going to make my point again. Like I said earlier. Once you start putting violence into things, that's when the feds start to really look over you and say, hey, we're coming for you. And they will come hard and heavy. You know what I'm saying? They will come hard and heavy.
Real quick.
Yeah.
In something lighter, right? So like in the sports world, we talked about Canelo. Tom Brady, when he retires, he's going to be the top NFL analyst for Fox Sports.
Oh, that's dope.
I want to say he'd be taking over Troy Aikman's job. I don't know who's going to replace Joe Buck because both of them went on to ESPN's Monday Night Football.
Lead anchor, right?
Lead. I mean, yeah, they're the two lead people in Monday Night Football now. So I guess they're going to have a play-by-play guy, I don't know who, with Tom Brady whenever he does retire. And also in the NBA, right?
Yeah.
This broke the code thing has been going around since Dylan Brooks clocked Gary Payton II over the head while he was going up for a layup. And he ended up, I think, fracturing his elbow or whatever the case may be. I think everybody knows Steve Kerr. Anybody who follows the NBA or whatever the case may be, they know that Steve Kerr came out and said, like, yo, there's a code when people are in the air, yada, 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 right?
This is the Golden State and Memphis series.
Yeah, Golden State and Memphis. So Dylan Brooks gets suspended for the next game. And then now they're saying Jordan Poole did some funny business to Ja and injured him. So he was out for the following. So he was out for the rest of the game and the following next game. Subsequently,
they said he pulled on his knee or something like that.
Like he grabbed his knee and pulled and pushed his hip, and that caused whatever's going on with Ja's knee. Even though he's been having knee issues for the entirety of the year, essentially.
And they say he had an MRI on his knee. I think they're the team doctors, and they kept him out of Game 4. And now they're saying that they're going to get a second opinion today.
Yeah,
from
you already know.
Source, so.
You already know. Second opinion mean they don't like what the first opinion guy is saying.
To me, he's done for the whole series,
yeah, for the series
or the playoffs, if that's the case. In my personal opinion, if you're going for a second opinion, it's done. It's over with. They're gonna or they're gonna try to see if he could play on it, and it's not gonna cause any future damages.
Facts. Now, all of this broke the code stuff is essentially a result of quote unquote dirty plays, right?
Yep.
But nobody ever talks about Giannis. Like, nobody talks about Giannis, and they only jokingly talk about CP3, right? Like, if I have to die on this hill, I'm gonna die on this hill.
Is he Bruce Bowen level?
Giannis, yes. Giannis is Bruce Bowen, and what was homeboy who injured Kawhi?
Zaza
and Zaza Pachulia all roll into one. Listen. This man Giannis injured Porzingis.
Mm-hmm.
He took out who else he took out? Because I've talked to you about this.
He took out Porzingis. He took out Kyrie.
He took out Kyrie. Who else? There's other people.
There's definitely other people. He kind of hurt Marc.
He hurt
Jaylen Brown. Took him out yesterday.
He tried to hurt Jaylen Brown yesterday. Almost. He tried to. He took out Jason Tatum the game before.
Yep.
Kyrie even said like, "Yo, on that play when I got injured, Giannis just so happened to be under me." Like, if you look at the play, Kyrie goes up for a layup, uncontested, and Giannis finds his way underneath this man, and injures him.
Yeah.
And like this man does it like, yo, he tried to take out DeRozan, in one game. I just showed you this like 3 times. Like he was doing that to everybody on Chicago.
Yeah, like what he does, he runs up, he slows down for a second, he puts up his hand, and obviously he's tall as shit. He's 7 foot.
And then he slides under you.
Then he like turns around, pretends like he's looking at the basket, and then sticks out his leg. Like after he turns around, then he sticks out his leg. I would understand if he already was sticking his leg to turn around, but he turns around and then he sticks out his leg.
Kyrie now, the number 1 finisher under the basket, was going up for an uncontested layup, and he found himself under Kyrie's landing spot.
Yeah, I'll give you a visual.
To go for a rebound.
I'll give you a visual. Yeah, when he went to go do that, let's just say Kyrie's on the right side going for a right-hand layup, being guarded by, I think, Chris Middleton or Fox, whoever, like one of the guards on the Bucks.
Could have been Drew. Who cares?
He's on the opposite side of the paint to help defense and then slides his foot under. So,
How, Sway?
So that's what we mean.
Like, yo, you can Google it. Type it in YouTube. This man Giannis like literally tried to take out the whole Chicago Bulls. Like I said, he took out Porzingis. Porzingis tore his ACL.
Yeah, he's dirty.
Kyrie was out for the rest of the playoffs.
Did DeRozan actually get hurt, or he avoided it?
DeRozan stepped on his foot twice.
Yeah.
And he looked at the refs, and the refs didn't do anything. Then, just this series alone, he tried to take out Jason Tatum and
Jaylen Brown.
And Jaylen Brown.
This guy's a mess.
The guy, like, he took out Robert Williams.
Damn sure did that.
He hit him in the face with the ball on a Euro step.
I think Al Horford actually kind of got him back.
Oh, yes, on that dunk.
Yeah, on that dunk.
Dunk, he got him. He did what Giannis does to everybody.
Yeah.
With that offhand.
Yeah, he dunked and just gave him like, take that with you real quick. You know, just hold that real quick. It was good to watch. They're going real competitive. I think the series is finally tied up 2-2.
Yeah.
They're going back over to Boston, I think, tomorrow.
Going back to Boston.
So, yeah, I mean, well, not tomorrow.
I don't know tomorrow.
It's going to be the day after.
Thursday, probably.
It's usually like a 2-day layover kind of thing. But, yeah, that game should be back in. The playoffs has definitely been pretty good. Luka is tied up the series.
Yeah,
right?
Luka tied the series up on Chris Paul. Chris Paul is another one.
Yeah.
Chris Paul is another dirty player. And I showed people on slow motion his face before he does one of these dirty plays. And you can see the intent on his face. His face literally turned, like, you ever seen that movie where Al Pacino's a lawyer, but he's like the devil?
Yeah.
His face does one of those things.
His face probably is totally opposite of all his State Farm commercials.
Completely opposite. Where he throws elbows, he kicks people in the nuts. He kicked Luka in the nuts. No, that was Jay Crowder. And all I have to say is Jay Crowder's probably learning from the best.
Oh yeah.
He elbowed homeboy in the mouth last series a few times, and it seems that the past couple games the refs have been calling all his bullshit.
Yeah. And then he got kicked out that game. In the same game, he actually had drama in the stands with his mom and wife, I think.
Supposedly, the fan only got banned till next year. Supposedly, they were trying to. It said for giving them an unwanted hug. Yeah, and
some weirdo. They wanted
to engage them in conversation.
That's some real weirdo shit right there.
Yeah. I don't know what that means.
I mean, why are
when it was first reported, it was assault. And just so everybody knows, assault is any form of unwanted contact. Just to let you know, it's not always clubbing somebody with a champagne bottle in the club. It's just any one unwanted physical contact.
Yeah, because you can verbally assault, and assault is usually verbal, anyways. You know what I'm saying? Like battery is like battered, and you're actually putting hands.
Yeah.
And so like people hear assault, that sounds way more aggressive than battery. Yeah, but battery is actually
the hard part.
Yeah. Battery is the one where you don't want to hear. Hey, yeah. Assault is like real aggressive, loud. You know, calling people out their name and things like that. That's considered assault right there already. And then you start putting the battery part. You start putting that together. Physically, everything comes together with that assault.
But shit, they need to charge CP3 with some of this assault he giving opposing people. And I don't know if he realized that he can't do this to Luka because he's bigger and stronger and he's younger. And this like is one of the first times, other than like going against Steph or somebody like that or Dame, where he's against a point guard that's better than him. So I don't know. Like my hot take is for the finals, it might be the Mavs versus what did I say? The Mavs versus Boston?
Yeah, I think you said.
I think I said the Mavs versus Boston. That may be a hot take, but it may shake out that way.
It could.
Because Klay, if you're thinking about Golden State, Klay hasn't really been playing that well in the playoffs.
No,
he shot up.
He needs to be streaky.
He shot up the games before the playoffs, but in the playoffs, he's been pretty bad. Like they shot like 6 of 20 something for 3 combined. Klay, Steph, and Jordan Poole.
Oh yeah, I mean honestly, to me, if you really want to, for them to actually win, the guys that actually have to step up is going to be the athletic guys in Wiggins and Kuminga.
Yeah,
the other guys are going to be, hot and cold, and then Steph is going to eventually go back to full Steph mode anyways. It always happens. So I think really, and Jordan Poole has been showing really like,
he's a star.
He's a star. So
he's a star right now.
So realistically,
come on over to the Knicks.
You're still getting a full 100% Klay with Jordan Poole and a lesser Klay right now. You know what I'm saying? It's a Klay that's just coming back. It's inconsistent Klay, but it's still a Klay that's coming back from 2 years off. I mean, I think honestly, I think the Warriors still got it in the West. When it comes to the East, I think. It's
like every series is 2-2 except the Warriors and
Memphis
now.
So I think honestly, I don't want to shit on my damn Heat, but I think Philly can actually pull it off in a weird way. I think they know this is the only, or it's going to be Philly or the Bucks, and I'll tell you why.
Philly?
Yeah, Philly is a wild card. They don't have like really a bench or that deep. They're not as that deep, but if Embiid and Harden actually play well the whole time, it's a wrap. Because nobody really can stop Embiid when it comes down to it.
Yeah.
You can plan out things for Giannis, and you really can't stop him either, but there's times where I feel like there's more game tape and more game plans out for Giannis to at least slow him down and make them uncomfortable, especially that Chris Middleton's out. If Chris Middleton comes back next series, I might have the Bucks.
If they get past Boston.
I
don't know. Well, I mean, Boston still has home court right now.
That part's true.
So they're going to go back to Boston. I'm going to probably say they're going to make it 3-3. I mean 3-2. And it would be on the Bucks to win the next 2 games after that, but I don't know. Well, honestly, the Bucks probably could win because Giannis is going to take another nigga out. Like, point blank period.
Somebody's going to be hurt on.
Somebody's ankle is going to be fucked up. His off arm is going to clock somebody and break somebody's nose. I'm just telling you.
You think Grayson Allen's like, damn, I'm just going to calm down on hurting people just because he's been watching Giannis do his thing?
I mean, he hurt Bald head white guy.
Yeah,
What's his
Alex
name?
Caruso.
Yeah, he hurt Alex Caruso.
So he's probably going to shut down all that like dirty ass plays for the rest of the year, I think.
I don't know, man. Like
them
two niggas is a problem. If I was a basketball player, if I was in the NBA,
you know what's messed
and I was playing the Bucks, yo, listen. I'd probably bitch up like Anthony Davis does when he had to play Zion.
Yeah. I would honestly you would think just shooting jumpers would keep you like injury free, but if Giannis is coming at you, I'm just pump faking and just dishing it.
Listen, man,
giving up the ball.
I don't want none of those problems, man. I don't want them sprained ankles, torn Achilles problems that they're trying to cause these niggas. Like, yo, this man is taking people out
all day. And it's the same move. Like, there's a mixtape out on this guy doing this shit.
Yeah, for real.
It's really crazy.
There's an N1 tape just on Giannis hurting people. Just Google it. Or just type it in YouTube. You will find it.
Crazy shit, man. Ha. I just read something pretty funny.
What?
Ben Simmons tried to smash Michael Blackson's wife.
Word?
Yeah, he said it on Shannon Sharp's podcast, actually.
Oh, it must not have been recent.
Probably before he got traded.
Okay.
Yeah, probably.
Okay, because Ben Simmons got a baddie. He's with like Stormy's ex-girl, that Maya Jama girl.
Oh, okay. I mean,
he's got a super baddie.
No wonder he was dressing like that on the sideline. He's like, man, I got a stunt. He's like, I'm rocking all these little flamboyant jackets out here with sick little glasses out here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I don't blame him though.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yo, so I have problems with stupid shit, right?
Yeah.
So like I keep seeing this really dumbass commercial on TV and it kind of bothers me. So like I'm watching TV and this Toyota commercial comes on, right? Mm-hmm. And it's like this black guy, he's putting on a suit, the suit looks kind of zootish to my eyes. His suit looks kind of like a zoot suit, just a little bit. And like he puts on every accessory that you could possibly imagine with this suit. Like the feather in the hat, first off the matching hat, the pins and the lapel stuff. He got the chain from his pocket to the he got when I say every accessory you could possibly imagine, he puts it on and then he hops in this fucking Toyota truck. Right? He hops in this fucking Toyota truck and he's driving and he's still checking himself out in the mirror. So like you would think he's going on a date, something like that, or maybe even church. Who knows? I don't know where Toyota was going with this ad at first. Right? He pulls up to 3 other niggas wearing a suit on the sidewalk, like at a sidewalk cafe.
In a pickup truck, right? Here's the thing. These 3 other niggas in the suit are all sitting at the sidewalk cafe. They don't have no drinks. They don't have no food. One of the niggas is reading the newspaper. Right? You got dressed up in a suit to go to a restaurant, not order shit, to read a newspaper with 3 of your homeboys. Who the fuck does that? Like
who does that? Like for real. Like sometimes I understand like corporate America is really hard to like not look crazy doing a commercial directed towards black people. Mm-hmm. Because like they hardly ever have black people working on these things, which is also really weird. But this commercial comes on every day, multiple times a day. Toyota's new big truck. And like that's how they're pushing it, like to people who don't need trucks. Drive a truck. You don't have to haul shit. Drive this truck.
I've never seen anybody in the suit and get out in a pickup truck. I'm just going to be real.
Just architects. And that's sometimes if they feel like doing the whole thing.
A full suit?
Nah, full suit.
Never seen a full suit. I've seen the button-down shirt.
But he's like, he went to go brunch with his homeboys. Like I said, his other homeboy was reading a newspaper at the table. He brought the newspaper with him, fam. Who the fuck does that?
And they all got cell phones.
You
can read that same newspaper on the app.
What am I missing?
You gotta buy that. You gotta buy that Toyota truck. That's what you're missing.
Yo, the other commercial that plays a lot, and actually Adidas has been getting a little heat for it, is the commercial with the there's like 4 different girls, right? Mm-hmm. 1, 2, 3. Wait, 1. There's her. There's the big girl with, like, that's doing yoga in the middle of the road. Then they have, you know, the girl with the Muslim basketball player that wears the hijab. Mm-hmm. Or sorry if I mispronounced it. Don't kill me. She's like in a runway dress playing basketball, right? There's a girl with Down syndrome. There's an Asian woman. And then they have this.
You're talking about the Adidas commercial.
The Adidas commercial. Yeah. Then they have this trans, and they say in the commercial, like, you can be a trans athlete, whatever the case may be, right? They show this trans woman, so that's a guy, a former man, that's now a woman, like, jumping out the gym like Michael Jordan to spike this ball.
Joanna Manning
in the situation to spike this ball.
Just crushing
them, right? And it's like
windmills.
And it's like, excuse me if I've talked about this already.
Vince Carter, arm in the rim.
It's like, yo, fam, we can't do this. Like, it's one thing if there's a girl, you know, that changes her sex to become a guy. You know, she's at a physical disadvantage. But like I said, bro, there's no way in hell that I'm gonna let some dude dunk all over my sister in a basketball game. And before you know it, are they gonna let trans athletes in the WNBA? Are there gonna be trans athlete soccer players? Like, that's gonna be completely unfair.
Oh yeah. It's a crazy situation. I mean, I understand, you know, humans want to be whatever they want to be, but when it comes to competitive sports, it still has to be played from a.
Yo, bro, there's a genetic advantage.
Yeah.
There's a genetic advantage for this.
Oh yeah.
When like fam, could you imagine if you had your sister, your daughter, whatever,
you don't have
playing a sport and some dude is dominating her?
Think about this. What's the only, like, actual co-ed sport that's, like, Olympic? Is there any?
No.
Okay, then.
Maybe mixed doubles tennis. That's the only thing I could think of.
That's about it. It's the only thing that can be, and even then you have one of each sex there representing each party. So yeah. That goes to show you that there is a physical advantage here since the beginning of the Olympics. That's what's been going on.
Men have a genetic advantage.
How many times have you watched these videos where they put these MMA fights and they have, like,
there was one in the MMA. She was breaking people's skulls.
No, but I'm not even talking about transgender here. I'm just talking about, we're going to go with just a physical advantage here, right? We're going to go with that main point. We had the guy versus girl, right? Demolished. Dude just demolished her. I think they had it about twice, and all you could read. I think I just watched like a 5 seconds. I was like, yeah, I can't watch this.
Yeah.
And then I just read the comments, though, because the comments was like, yo, why would this organization do this? You guys are assholes, this and that. You know, like, I don't even think they can even try to sanction that and try to pull that off. But, like, you have to get that sanctioned. I'm surprised they even like let that go. And that was like firsthand proof to show you that physically men are typically if you put them both in the weight class, same, same training, the guy's probably still going to come out with a little bit more strength depending on the age.
Going to be strong, quicker, faster, stronger.
And that's just what it is. So
literally the only time they're roughly the same is like preteen, like 6, 5, 6, 7, 8, around those ages.
So,
and even then, little girls, they had it originally. Little girls couldn't hit a soccer ball because a lot of times they would get concussions and their necks weren't strong enough. Yeah. So now kids in general, they don't let in the U.S. they don't let them head soccer balls.
Yeah. So, it's tough to like try to make things excluding people out of things, because obviously being black and being excluded out of things, we've had firsthand in that all day, every day since nearly the beginning of the time. We had to go get food out the back. We couldn't walk into restaurants. So we know about being excluded and things. So I am going to be super sensitive to that. But at the same time, fair is actually fair. And there is a scientific proof. I mean, I'm not sure if there's scientific proof or not, but the eye test shows there's genetic proof.
Men have a genetic advantage over women when it comes to like strength and speed.
Yeah.
Like that's literally
a thing. And this is why they've separated these sports from genders for so long. And
yeah, so I say that to say, like,
I don't know if you make a transgender league,
I don't know what you do.
I don't know the solution, but
this can't be it.
Yeah. They got to figure out like something that could work for all parties. But yeah, this variation isn't going to be the way that it should work for overall, in my personal opinion. You know what I mean? It's just, there's so much things that could be done, and it's detrimental to probably, honestly, that opponent's like confidence anyways, because if it's happening in high school, those advantages are midway through middle school, the advantage is already starting to happen.
Yeah. Elementary school, really. 4th, 5th grade.
Yeah.
You can kind of see it.
Yeah, because like right when it gets to like 6th grade, some girls could like play with some guys in basketball and some sports.
There's co-ed soccer up until like 8, 9, 10, maybe something like that, and then they split it.
Because it's like, yeah, we could see little Jimmy's got way faster than Ashley now, and he's cutting and he's running and boom, boom, boom. But Ashley was dominating before because, like girls do develop faster earlier, but then there's that split and the catch up. So when that catch up happens, that split needs to happen. So if they're doing it then, now you're kind of affecting the whole ecosystem of that, and that system is actually working.
I can't see that there's going to be essentially like the WNBA just be a bunch of transgendered athletes.
No,
like, that'll be crazy.
I don't think that's going to happen. I think if anything, I don't know the solution, but they might have to have a trans type of league or something. I don't know. Shoot, they made the Negro League. We dealt with it. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't right, but we dealt with it. It wasn't
right, but yeah, for real.
You know what I'm saying? But like, I don't know what the solution is. I really don't.
It's a tough one, right? But this can't be it.
Yeah, I don't think this is like the actual solution, because is that fair to the person that, like, then are you going to allow that girl to genetically, catch up to you then? You know what I'm saying? And that becomes a whole thing. Which you might start having a epidemic of girls like, start seeing metabolic steroids and shit like that because, Jimmy turned into Janie and now Janie's dominating the league. And Ashley used to dominate the league. It's a real tough one. I don't want to be voting on it. I wouldn't vote on it. I'll just probably leave it neutral because it's like you're up in arms. It's like you can't really satisfy anybody or everybody in this one. You know what I mean? It's gonna be a tough choice, but it's probably gonna take a lot of years to figure out which way they're gonna go with this. And if you're just tuning in, it's definitely transgender in sports. So you don't really ever really know. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, shit's been crazy. So is there anything else we didn't touch on?
I don't know really. I mean, there's been a lot of things There's been a whole lot of things that went on, so I can't really. I should have wrote everything down. I'm gonna be 100%.
I wrote a lot of shit down, but like, there's so much shit that's been coming out just in news. I'm pretty sure if I swing over to Twitter, there's probably gonna be more breaking news right now as we speak.
Yeah,
that's how it's been like this whole weekend. Honestly, it's been crazy. Oh yeah, and another thing in sports, man. There's a man making $90 million and only playing 1 minute in this whole playoffs.
Oh yeah, Dunk Rob, man.
Yeah, Duncan Robinson, man.
Duncan Robinson.
I don't know what they're doing. I mean, I understand he's a defensive liability from what I see sometimes. Like, sometimes he plays hard on defense. He just is not laterally as quick as some of those other, some of these explosive athletes. Like, if he's got if he's got Anthony Edwards on him, I can't expect him to stay with him. Like, that's just unfair, Yeah, but he's a threat.
Benching all that money.
Yeah, I would.
You can't. Like, he's a really good shooter. Like, what? Why pay him that much money to not?
They're giving Depot a lot of minutes, but at the same time, like, they need to mix it up. We probably need to play Markieff Morris. I think he's back. We probably need to play him, Duncan, plus some Depot, and just get it and just be able to mix it up from there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But he definitely needs to be playing a little bit. Like, I'm not gonna front.
Big time.
I don't understand that one.
Big time.
Like, you think they just gave him a big contract to trade him because it'll be like an easy contract to trade? He's not making that much money and it's long. You wouldn't have to worry about. He's a good role player. Like, they seem to do this. Miami seems to do this a lot. You know what I mean? They did it with that white kid that they ended up trading.
Tyler Johnson.
Tyler Johnson. They did it with him. They paid a couple of people that same contract, like 4 years, $50 million.
So now it's probably like 4 or 5 years, $90 million.
Yeah,
that's like basically the standard of that one.
That's a standard mid-level contract.
I mean, honestly, like, all right. I'll look at it like this: the Heat do set up for bigger plays, so they can actually get another star without giving up Jimmy or really giving up Bam. And it all depends on what they want to do, because some people still don't want to give up Tyler Hero because he was a sixth man, but that is enticing. If you give up those two shooters, you could have got a James Harden. So what else could you possibly get for that? You know what I'm saying? You put that in with a couple picks. Maybe another. None of these guys are throwing plays because they're all pretty good. But you could put in another player, or you could put in another contract, such as, like, if it's a big time player, you could put in Kyle Lowry's contract, and they can do with that.
Kyle Lowry is really looking like an old man right now.
Yeah, those injuries plus that weight.
Him being old, yeah.
Yeah, because it's like a hamstring or something like that. I think it's a right hamstring. So
that flat tire has been affecting everybody, man.
So you can't really go
in the road.
Yeah, you can't really go on an exercise bike. You really can't do anything that can do cardio wise. So, like, all you can do is, like, really eat and just like lift some weights and
upper body.
Yeah, upper body. But all the lower body stuff, it's pretty much a wrap. And you can't really just work out one part of your leg. That's going to throw you off balance anyway. So, yeah, it's pretty much we'll see. I'm hoping the Heat beat the Philadelphia 76ers, but we'll see, man. It's fingers crossed till then. But I'm thinking I'm going to see a lot of Euro steps and a whole lot of Embiid that we can't stop. Going to be real.
Okay. Yeah, there is something I did want to touch on.
Yeah.
Right? It seems to be like summertime's coming up, so it's like list season. Everybody's putting out lists of this, lists of that, right? And sometimes I'm skeptical, especially traditionally non-black magazines.
Yeah.
Listing hip-hop and so on and so forth. But Rolling Stone have put out a list, supposedly the 20 best hip-hop albums of last year, so 2021.
Okay.
Right? It was a big year in hip hop. I don't know how you want to go about it, but I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna just give you a few, like the 20 through 17, and then I'll probably just do the top 10. Right? Number 20, J. Cole, The Off Season.
That was a pretty good one.
That's kind of 20 though.
But 20 is kind of like. And you said past 20 years?
No, the top 20 hip hop albums
all time.
Last year,
last year,
2021.
What else is in that last year mix?
It makes you think, right?
Yeah, I got to hear all of them. I feel like there's going to be a lot of reordering and shuffling and say, what about this too?
Okay, so then number 19 was Polo G, Hall of Fame.
That was playing a lot. GTA has a couple of his songs, so that's spinning
Rap Star was one of the number one songs of the year.
Yeah, Polo G definitely made some noise last year. I got to give him his credit.
All right, number 18. I think Polo G, I mean, I haven't read over the list, so it's going to be like new to me too. Like I don't like to pre-do it. I like to give the reaction like pretty much live. It's just easier that way. I think it comes across more real. So number 18 is somebody I haven't heard of. Little Sims. Sometimes I might be introvert.
He's off the list.
Little Sims, I think is a girl, but
she's off the list.
She's British Nigerian. It's her fourth album.
The list.
Yeah,
I don't know who she is.
I don't know who she is either. So I'm not gonna touch that with a 10-foot pole.
So there's a top 19 list so far.
Yeah, there's this guy named Mike, number 17.
Okay,
Mike.
There's a top 18
album
list
called Disco.
There's a top 18 list now.
I'm with it. He's a New York rapper, but I just don't know who he is.
Never heard of you.
Number 16, Ken the Man, What's My Name? I kind of fuck with Ken the Man. I think she's 16 is kind of. I don't know if she makes the top 20.
Nah. Top 17 list. We might have a top 10.
Number 15 was Sa Baby.
Okay.
Do It for Demon. Sa, the music's always kind of cool. It's laid back.
I think I've seen a few videos last year.
You know, to pull up with the stick.
Yeah.
Hit that guy. He put out something else. I hear it on Sirius all the time.
Yeah, so, I ended up seeing a few of his videos last year too. It was pretty good, pretty entertaining.
Maxo Cream, number 14.
Right,
Later
Maxo.
the World.
Shout out to Maxo.
Yeah, shout out to Maxo.
Hard worker.
Been doing a lot.
Yeah, very hard worker. He's like one of those like burner types, but then at the same time you respect him for the hard work, and you almost wait for like the big hit from him. You know what I'm saying?
This one's surprising.
Yeah, go ahead.
Surprising is Ye, number 13. Donda.
That should be a little bit higher.
I think it should be a little bit higher too.
Yeah, like that could have been top 10.
Exactly.
That could have been top 10.
He brought out the new technology where artists can eat, where fans could switch the beats up.
Not even just that, but I really liked, if I had to really stress it, but I really liked the production on that album overall. He killed that.
And all the hype and stuff surrounding the album, I think he should have been top 10.
Yeah, he should have got top 10. Even if it wasn't top 5, like number 8, 9, or 10.
Young Thug is number 12.
The one with the London?
Punk.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to say it's the one with the London, but I can't remember. Let me make sure. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. All right, that's up there. That's
number
up there.
11, the YSL Slime Language 2.
Okay.
The group cut, you know?
I'm not sure if I think I might have liked Thug's album more than the group cut, but
I don't know. They had Ski. They had the song Ski. They had
you know what? People had
Solid. They got the one with Future.
People had more fun with that song as like DJs and parties more recently. So yeah, I guess I'll give it that. I was late to that
tracks.
party.
Before I get into top 10, we're gonna take a break, and we're back.
Yeah, talk to me about that top 10, man.
Okay, so yeah, this top 10 list is kind of crazy. Like, I'm not even gonna front. Only reason why I know it's kind of crazy is because number 10 is Certified Lover Boy, and I would probably say that that's drastically low for that album.
What else was out besides that? I mean, there was a few albums out, but
I don't know what the rest of the top 10 is, but
thinking that should be top 7, maybe at least top 5. I'm not sure.
Girls Like Girls, I'm Too Sexy.
But then again, this is the same list that had Donda way down there too. So,
boy, all right, let's keep it moving. I'm gonna save my comments for the end. Pierre Bourne's album made number 9. So they're saying Pierre Bourne's tape is better than Certified Lover Boy.
the one where he had like that pink video or whatever, the song was cool, but I felt like it was just super Playboy Cardi-ish.
He's Playboy Cardi's producer.
I know that, but it just felt like an extension of that.
Yeah, I don't know who the hell Baby Tron is, but they have him as number 8.
I've seen his name a lot, but I don't know if he's top 10. He could be
Ben Reaper 2. Number 8.
I've seen the name. Top 20 maybe, not top 10.
All right. Number 7, Lil Nas X, Montero.
Never.
I wouldn't
consider
consider Lil Nas X hip hop anymore. So like I hate when they do that.
Yeah.
Like that's not hip hop. I'm not, regardless of how you feel about Lil Nas X, like just strictly for the purposes of top 20 hip hop albums of 21, Lil Nas X's album isn't hip hop. Like I'm sorry.
I didn't even hear the album to know, but honestly, I don't consider
this
him.
is, you know how I know this list is shit?
Oh, yeah.
Doja Cat's Planet Her is number 6. Again.
Yeah.
Stop lumping all black people together. This is Doja Cat's album is a pop album, clearly.
Yeah, she's not like
she raps on a couple songs, but that's a pop album.
Yeah, that's a pop album for sure. There's no like standard to have as many like rap songs. It feels like as soon as you have one rap thing or verse, it's like they'll throw it in the hip hop section for sure.
Meg's album is number 5. Something for the hotties. I don't see how that's better than Drake's. Everything is going to be compared to Drake's album from here on in.
Like, yeah, CBL is now showing that it should be top 5 already.
Something for the hotties. I'm not going to touch that one. Okay.
I think she should be top
Boldy
20.
James and Alchemist, Bo Jackson. I've never actually listened to anything Boldy James has put out. It's not a shot or anything like that. I've heard him name drop like Jalen and Jacoby, name drop Boldy James a lot. I think he's like in the same sphere as like the Griselda guys. It's like that type of rap.
Yeah, I've heard of
him being with Alchemist, I would assume that that's the case. But compared to Certified Lover Boy, I'd probably take Certified Lover Boy. I'm just saying.
CBL was a pretty good album. I'm not gonna lie. It wasn't like the greatest year in hip hop. I'm gonna be real. It wasn't the greatest year in rap musically, but CBL can hold his own. You know what I'm saying? And it should be top 5 from this list that you're telling me.
Yeah, number 3 was Tyler the Creator, Call Me If You Get Lost. Again, this is the album that won the Grammy for Best Hip Hop, and I did not know he put out a project. I say that to say that I don't know what Rolling Stone is thinking. I don't know if they're really in touch with, I don't want to call it the word on the street, but like what the listeners think. I think sometimes when people get on their high horse and they create these lists, they try to like prove a point. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like they're trying to, I'm the most eclectic, or this is real hip hop. Like I don't know where they're going with this list. There's no rhyme or reason.
I mean, obviously, when you start seeing Nas X and you start seeing
Doja, right?
Doja,
you can probably say this list is full of shit.
Exactly.
I don't know who is it. Mac Hami, Pray for Haiti.
Okay, with Zoe.
Yeah, I want to say he's with Griselda, so he's from New Jersey.
Jersey.
Supposedly this is a masterwork. I'm just gonna let that one be.
Jersey, what up?
And oh my God, number 1 was Playboy Cardi's Whole Lotta Red. Yeah.
That doesn't even.
I'm not even gonna. I don't know. Like, this list is making me like fall back off of Rolling Stone. Like, I like some of their articles, but like when they put together these,
their photos are better than the articles.
These wishy-washy lists. I don't know, man. Like, Cardi's cool and all, but I don't know if it's Cardi's cool and all, but I don't know if it's number one album 2021.
Nah, not at all. And it came out like at the tip of 2021.
Yeah, it came out Christmas of 2020, but
they rolled it. Yeah, because I was like, that doesn't feel like a 2021 album.
Yeah, it was Christmas of 2020, but I guess, you know.
I remember listening to the album a few times. Like, I was like, this is okay. You know what I'm saying? But I was just like,
I don't know. I don't know about any of these albums in the top 10. Really, like, if they're saying that, like, I don't want to say his name because I don't know how to pronounce it, but Mac Homie, potentially, if he's Mac Homie, is it Mac Homie? Like,
my homie?
Nah, like
Mac
a
homie?
Mac and a homicide. I wonder if that's it.
Yeah. Mac Homie. Yeah, that makes sense.
So they say his Griselda project is a masterpiece. So I'm just gonna leave it there. I don't know how you compare Drake's kind of rap to the Griselda. Like, Griselda, like, to break down, like, to put these lists out, right? Mm-hmm. You're gonna have to have lists of different categories of hip hop. Like, let's just keep it a mean.
Yeah, there's 1,000 different. Well, I'm not gonna say 1,000, but there's a whole bunch.
There's gonna be like the mainstream list. Then it's gonna be like, I would have to call it the Griselda rule. Sorry, like the Griselda type rappers. You're gonna have like the real deal backpack guys.
Griselda is probably more lyrical trap, like up north lyrical trap to me. You know what I'm saying? You're not
like
necessarily
Soul God and all of them would fall under the Griselda category.
Yeah,
then it would be like, I guess the fashion rappers would need their own list.
Oh yeah. Like all about drip and shit like that.
Yeah, like the Gunners.
Yeah.
The Playboy Cardi. I would put Playboy Cardi and Gunna in the same list. Thug would probably have to be in two lists. Mainstream and like them fashion kids.
Early Thug was still on some trap shit too.
Yeah, but he don't even talk about trap shit no more.
Nah.
So it'd have to be like broken down, and then probably even subcategories of that. Like, it's so hard to like list things in order of what are the parameters? What are you doing? Like it's not even
party rap.
It's not even all hip hop. You get what I'm saying? So what are we doing?
Singy songy raps. There's so many.
Yeah, just like when these big corporations try to put out things dealing with our culture, it's like 10 times out of 10 they miss the mark.
All the time.
They miss the mark.
They never hit the mark ever. I don't think they have, like, in the longest time where it felt like a hip hop commercial didn't feel corny. All of them look and feel corny, but I'm just happy that we're able to make some type of budget in that space. And even though we're the number one genre, we don't have to actually.
Was Dark Lane demo tapes?
That was 2020 for sure, like summertime. It was closer to that Whole Lot of Red, but it was like in the summer. I remember
2021 or 2020.
I want to say 2020 or 2020. I remember that summer. It was definitely around that summer for sure. It happened like that. And then
it's just hard for me. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you guys want to call me like a fanatic. I'm not really. Like, I just go off of numbers and stuff like that. Like, if the man Drake is getting a $400 million label deal from Lucian, like, he's got to be doing some things.
Big money.
So, like,
He's brought in billions of dollars for Universal, for sure.
Yeah, it's like, also, like the Grammys too. It's like when Travis and The Weeknd have the number one selling, the top this, top that, top this, and they don't get a fucking Grammy.
Bro, like Drake pays like what states probably pay to in taxes. You know what I'm saying? Like straight up. He makes a lot of money all the way around, and his cut. I mean, his cut's pretty decent. It's probably getting bigger and bigger every time he meets with Lucy, and so it's crazy.
Yeah, man, that's like $400 million. That's tough.
That's a vitamin water deal right there.
Facts. I wonder if he has stock now.
I mean,
like the New York Times just said. The New York Times. I'll give New York Times a little bit of credibility when it comes to doing certain things. When it comes to like cultural pieces and stuff like that. They do a pretty decent job when it comes to reporting and editorials.
Yeah.
If you ever get the chance, read the New Yorker magazine, all of that stuff. But they said that Drake is the reason. Drake is the reason why rappers are singers now.
Yeah, right? He made it popular.
And it's been, people want to say it's Ja Rule, and then other people want to say it's 50 Cent.
50 buried Ja Rule to take his style. He Shang-Tsung'd it. 50 ran with it, and then 50 had his time, and then Drake came out and made it like super popular.
You're forgetting Kanye.
Oh yeah, Kanye too. But I want to say people
808s and Heartbreak.
People wanting to come out and sing. You know what I'm saying? Oh well, you got to give T-Pain the auto-tune part to make the capability happen. Wayne and Kanye stealing that style. I mean, but Wayne officially got it from T-Pain because he did the song with him, and you know,
he was supposed to do a whole album.
Yeah, the T-Wayne album. And then Kanye took the formula in the session.
Yeah, he took the auto-tune vibes and did 808 Heartbreaks all on auto-tune.
All on auto-tune. So that opened that up. Drake was kind of in between there, soft launching. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, I'm here. But he wasn't quite using heavy auto-tune or anything like that. It was just, I can rap and sing. And you know what I'm saying?
I think ever since
it was like his second, third album. That's when it was
you gotta give it to like.
That's when people.
You gotta give it to. I mean, they say Drake. I probably give it to T-Pain and the subsequent people after T-Pain.
Yeah, but I'll say Drake. I'll say the singing part for Drake. That when everybody was okay with it, was probably the second or third album. After a while, like it was like, all right, we'll accept it. Like you weren't getting the dude trying to really hate on it. I literally stopped hearing complaints about him singing on albums. By third album, I forgot which one was that.
It's All Right, We're Going Home, or whatever that song is. I thought that song was okay.
Yeah. But like, you remember all those complaints, dudes? Like you would be just in the barbershop. I'm tired of singing. Like it's hard raps though. You know what I'm saying? Like that was always really a thing. But right now, you don't really.
That was definitely a conversation. Like, like he sing too much, but he got the hardest bars.
Exactly. So now it's, you don't hear those complaints. People expect him to sing, and what he sings about is typically harder than what most people are singing about anyways. So it's like, all right, cool. Then he'll go into some raps within that. I remember when he was talking about making an R&B album. It's just an album. That's all he's been doing, is just dropping albums anyways. And a mixtape once in a while.
You know why else this album's trash? Like Gunna put out an album last year, right? Like I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be real with everybody, right?
I think Gunna's was 2022.
The pandemic messed up my whole concept of time. Like there's a few years that are just all jumbled in together. Essentially from 2020 till like now, my years are all jumbled up and mixed up.
It's like the Thanos snap.
So like if I'm mistaken, but like I feel as though Lil Baby put out an album in 2021. I feel as though Gunna put out an album in 2021.
Well, I think Gunna was more 2022, but Lil Baby for sure.
I'm not talking about this last Gunna. I'm talking about like Wanna.
Yeah, that might have been 2019, 2020.
I don't know, bro. Like I said,
might have been.
But it feels like there's a bunch of other tapes or albums that came out, and they put this out, which is like it's kind of trash.
Yeah, it wasn't a good list.
Not even a little bit. Like, I really wish sometimes, unless they have a black delegation that's doing some of this stuff, I wish sometimes that they would not. I don't know if anybody else feels that way, but that's how I feel. I feel as though like they just continually miss the mark.
I completely agree, actually. Like, on this one, it was out of touch. There was a lot more hit makers that you could put on there. Even the underground guys that you had on there, which there was a few I've seen, and I was like, okay, all right, yeah,
like
they can stay on.
James, those type.
I was like, they can stay on the list. It just got to be like reconfigured. Not saying that they can't ever crack top 10, top 5. If the album is better, the album is better. If that's what you're just saying, just the body of work is better. But I mean, honestly, you have to like kind of clarify what you guys mean by this top 10 list or top 20 list.
Yeah, you guys can't just throw pop stars in there because they rap on like 2-3 songs and call it a hip hop album.
Yeah, they essentially took
Y'all
away.
do that way too much.
They essentially took away 2 spots of other artists like Lil Baby or Gunna, or even maybe some more of those underground guys that are really starting to make noise. And you know what I mean? Like, realistically, you could have put Bad Bunny in there.
Yeah, if that's the case.
If that's the case, like, Bad Bunny should have been in there. It's not just a Latin album. He's rapping and trap, right? So that should be in there if you're gonna just put everything together.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So there was a lot of faults in this whole 2021 list or whatever they're trying to get away with. Rolling Stone, you guys could do better. You guys need to do better. You guys got to hire better people for it, because this just shows the lack of growth that you guys have in the whole hip hop community right now. It's looking real shameful. That's what it is. It's ugly right now. You guys need to get your whole thing up together. It's cloudy right now. It's real cloudy. Super.
Back to touching on the music again. What you would call word on the street is No Cap's album is better than Future's album.
Yeah,
I've heard that a couple of places.
A lot of people are saying that. I haven't heard all of it. I did watch a little clip of him in Academics. He says he don't care to really work with anybody, so he only has like a few features on there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I remember we were talking about it like about a week ago or so. And yeah, I mean, that means he's standing tall on his own then. He's not really feature reliant. He did said if it was like Billie Eilish or some shit like that, he's like, yeah, I'm different, dog. I'll just hop on songs. It don't matter. But like me wanting to go work with somebody, I don't have anybody in my mind. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
But, you know, I was like, oh, kind of like that. Like that whole response. And plus, you know, I like artists that can pretty much hold most of their album by themselves. Try to limit it to like 4 or 5 like features at the most, if you have a lot of songs.
Yeah, for real. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. Like, when it's a new artist comes out and they have like multiple big hitters, I get skeptical.
Yep.
I kind of feel like they're a quote unquote, like, you know, that buzzword that everyone's been saying, like an industry plant. You know what I mean? Like, it's hard to get top tenors to just come on your album. It's infinitely more difficult to get multiple top tenors to be on your album. Your first project at that. So like,
yeah, but it all depends on the relationships too. So it's not always just industry plant. You might get lucky with one, and then that one's kind of a hit, and then you're showing that you're going to show, like, let's say you're independent, you get lucky, right? You just been around for a while, but you're still young. Let's say you've been around since like 18 or 19. You're about to put out something when you're 22. And you've been making music with these people, but put nothing out. But then you guys actually make a hit with one of your homies that's like a big artist or whatever. Mm-hmm. That's how it could start. You know, boom, we got something. You shop that to go shoot a video. Maybe you commission, obviously you're going to commission the film team or whatever. And then realistically, you could, if it's like an actual good budget video and shit like that, a good treatment, you could probably get the artist to actually shoot the video with you, especially if you're already showing another artist what you're doing for that, and then they hop on a song. There's ways around it, but that's like the long, that's going to be like, you're doing that for like 4 to 6 months of just picking up those like features and then obviously working on your own stuff to kind of fill out those other stuff to show your own work, and then produce it, master it, and really try to get like 3-4 videos out there and really put yourself out there. So it's a long road, but if you pull it off, like, and you actually have those relationships, you won't really have to pay much. But if it's label and you do have bread, you're going to have to pay either way. But you know what I'm saying? It's just, there's different roads to that actual success. But there is ways where you can get top 10 people, but you at least need to have like, to know one of those people first and kind of get in the mix. You feel me? Like,
yeah.
Just like how, who was
weren't
it?
Weren't you filming something kind of close to that this past weekend?
Oh, yeah.
You don't have to, say any names or anything like that.
All right, I'll tell you the concept. I'll tell you the concept. Basically, it's a big like rap management group down here, and you know what I'm saying, you can kind of guess it if they're down in this area. But basically, they're doing like I want to say it's a making a band style like reality show, but it's all individual artists. So kind of like the Jermaine Dupri, how he got Lotto. So they're finding their own rap star and things like that. It was pretty cool. They had like a whole house set up. We had a whole film crew, me and about like 5 other shooters and things like that. And we're in South Florida, and we're at this one place. I mean, granted, I'll say this, like there was a lot of cars out there and it was early, but there was literally no noise. If you had walked up, you only hear like, I want to say birds chirping and probably grasshoppers doing their little sound, right? And you walk in the place is beautiful. They take care of everybody. You know, there's food, all the amenities are there. We're setting up the film room. It's a real cool like experience and everything like that. Setting up all the interviews with the artists that actually made it to the house and everything like that. There's about 5 different groups. Next thing you know, like, we're just about to finish like the 3rd, 4th group, and one of the managers come in and say, "Hey, you guys got to pack it up. We're getting kicked out the house." I was like, "What? How the hell are we getting kicked out the house?" He's like, "Yeah, they were saying we were running around outside, making a lot of noise." I was like, honestly, I'm doing video plus audio plus the whole interview and things like that. We have a whole crew set up, and mind you, we have pretty sensitive mics. I'm telling people to be quiet just in the house. It wasn't loud. It's just normal conversations by the door. And next thing you know, it's just like, how is there anybody outside if I can't hear it through the mics? We can look outside and nobody's outside. When I got there, I literally was only outside once. Brought all the things in. The whole camera crew as well. Only outside once. Yeah. And everybody was in. The only other time you seen people outside was when they got picked up by the Sprinter to go to the studio over at Cool and Dre's. That's it. That's it. After that, done and done. So ended up getting kicked out the crib. We ended up at the studio later filming. Created a big hassle, but like a miracle, we patched everything up together. You're probably not even going to see that in the final cut of whatever DSP big company, whether it's like, it probably won't be on Disney Plus or nothing like that. But, you know, it'll be on maybe the Hulus of the world or Netflix, maybe, you know what I'm saying? Like, we'll see, maybe a Revolt or any other of these entities, but it was a pretty good project. There's a few stars that's going to end up coming from that whole household. There's a few actual now rap stars that actually appear in it. So I'm excited, man. It's actually a pretty cool project.
You think anybody has a chance to make it? Make it as a big artist?
Out of those, I want to say contestants. They all sound good. I'll put that on wax right now. They all sound good.
So you're saying there's actually some good talent?
Yeah. They all sound good. I'll put that off top. They all sound good. And they all have at least 1 or 2 songs. So now, if I had a bank on it, 2 out of 3 can definitely make it.
Yeah? Make it? Or like, do they have like a next big thing in there? Like, what's up?
Here's the thing, too. I'm not, even though, like, I love my eye for things, but here's the thing. Even one of those, like, contestants, and they're like a little group or whatever like that, they had a meeting with a big record label during that whole situation. You know what I mean? So Yeah. So like that went on while everything else was going on. So I don't know. And I wouldn't have even put them yet to make it all the way because it's not so traditional. You don't really see like groups like that. You know what I'm saying? So I was just like, oh, I'm not sure. Just because I haven't seen a group in a minute. That's just me. You know what I'm saying? But then again, if you're getting eyes and people are going to shoot back for that method.
If you're getting 2, 3, 4 people for the price of one.
That part too, which they're probably thinking. And if they could squeeze out like maybe a star out of that and maybe sign them solo, who knows? Maybe that's what
Especially
they're thinking.
If they get like first rights of refusal if
exactly.
they want to do a solo project. You know what I mean?
No, exactly. So I think actually, like I said, there's probably more stars, and I'm not saying they're going to go 5 for 5. That's almost impossible. But this group actually is made. I want to say they've had about 2 to 3 stars already. So it wouldn't be that hard for them to be able to get 2 out of 5.
Another one,
yeah. I'm just saying 2 out of 5. I'm really like just thinking like realistic numbers. But if they get 3 out of 5, 4 out of 5, they're super like doubling the numbers that I would even think. And I'm already applauding the move anyways because it's giving some young kids some opportunities that really are putting in work. And I've seen them do their own music videos, their social media. Some of their things are kind of up there. Some of them is just starting. But I got to just apply what they're doing. They're doing a bunch of little challenges and things like that. It's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
Actually, later on, after this, I got to drop off like my footage, and it's probably going to take hours just to dump that stuff. But yeah, I mean, it's going to be pretty exciting, man. Pretty exciting. I hope you guys check it out, and you guys can figure it out. Just watch my story, I guess. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, I know this is completely off topic, but it just came across my phone that I don't know if you guys follow, international soccer, big things like that, but I watch a lot of different sports. Excuse me. Basketball, football, baseball from time to time, hockey, F1, but in soccer, probably one of my favorite players. I definitely try to get him on my team in FIFA if I do play. Erling Haaland, the rich seem to get richer, will be going to Manchester City. Yeah. Other than that, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what else they need. They got everything in the world.
Oh, yeah.
And I guess they need him too, right? Like, whoa.
I guess they. Speaking of which, like, who's in the finals for the Champions League right now?
Oh, it's Real Madrid, who beat Manchester City, and Liverpool.
You think that's why they went after Haaland? Like, maybe that's just X factor.
I mean, I guess, but they've been trying to get Haaland for like damn. That's all I'm saying. Like,
it could be a possibility that that's what they're trying.
Yeah, man. I kind of wanted. I knew it was never going to happen, but I kind of wanted him to go to Arsenal. I'm not going to even lie.
Got you. Yeah, I mean, yeah, but you know what? It's the luck of the draw sometimes, or just the luck of the contract. Whoever had the bigger pockets, you know what I'm saying? So, like, it's basically, big bank take little bank on that one, and they did it. You know what I'm saying? They did it and locked it in, man.
I feel you on that.
Oh, yeah, another news, too, man. Your boy Jokic, MVP.
Yeah, we forgot about that. Fucking Jokic is MVP. Like, I mean, the numbers he put up were insane. But I would have picked Embiid.
Yeah, I agree.
I would have picked Embiid. Like 2 times in a row. That's tough. Like, his numbers were crazy. Like, his numbers versus Golden State were insane. But, like, Kevin Love did that for Minnesota.
Facts.
And he was an MVP.
Yeah. Kevin Love is definitely reminds me of Jokic, like an older school Jokic. He couldn't bring up the ball, but does everything like the same. But
he can bring up the ball. That's the crazy part. It's just when he was coming up, they weren't doing that.
No, for sure.
Like, you seen them football Hail Marys he was throwing to LeBron?
All I know is Embiid should have definitely won that MVP vote. And he should have won it this year just because, not even just from the playoff stuff, just from what I've seen. Even though Jokic is amazing, the numbers are amazing and things like that. But
I feel
when you really truly watch him, like when you watch like Embiid, when he goes off, it's like nobody can truly stop him. He's too big, too strong, too talented. Those Euro steps in the lane. I mean, Philly, stand up, man. Honestly, like, he should have been the MVP, and y'all know it. And Jokic got a second one consecutively, and he's out in the first round. So, and I personally got Embiid. He should have won that. All the other people got it wrong. And that's all I got to say on that subject, man, for real. They hold Embiid. That's it.
Yo, I feel sorry for Miami. I feel sorry for the Heat.
Yeah, he's dropping 50 next game.
Yeah, he's dropping 50 and 20.
Yeah.
Bet the bank on it.
Yeah. He's about to drop
This game 5 coming up?
Yeah, he's about to drop a nifty nickel for sure.
So they going back to Miami.
Yeah,
he going. Well, I don't know if game 5 is it coming up. I don't know. The schedule gets a little wonky.
Yeah, it's tied up, and Philly won both games, the last 2 games. Now it's supposed to be going back to game 5 to Miami. Then if it goes to game 6, which it will, it go back to Philly, and then back to Miami for game 7 if it happens. So basically, Miami needs to try to stop Embiid from dominating, which I don't see a way to do that because nobody in the league can actually stop him. And I'm a huge
1,000%.
And I'm a huge
1,000%.
Fan,
He's our. It's hard. It's between him and Giannis. Is our Shaq, our era Shaq. This era right now is Shaq.
Yeah.
Like literally, like you really can't stop Giannis from dropping 40 anytime he wants. You really can't stop Embiid from dropping 40 anytime he wants either. Mm-hmm. And honestly, Luka may be this era's LeBron because you can't stop him from dropping 40.
Yeah. And he shoots lights out pretty much. Besides that free throw,
Luka is nuts. Like,
he just needs to work on his free throws. That's it. After that,
yeah, if he worked on his free throws, that'll change.
He can only play good enough defense too. But I guess from the analytics, he actually plays great defense. But but from the eye test, obviously he gets cooked on defense. Straight up. So yeah, man, they hold him.
Who are you starting your team with?
Out of those 3?
Out of anybody.
Is age a factor?
I mean, I would guess. I mean, I don't think you pick LeBron still.
No. I mean, I was thinking about Steph or something like that.
That's a hard one. I wouldn't start my team with Steph, but he would be in my starting 5. He would definitely be. He wouldn't be my first pick. He couldn't be my first pick.
I don't think he'd be my first.
There's too much young talent out there.
No, all right. Who would I start? Probably like a Luka probably a Luka because Luka's shown to at least get your team to the playoffs in the West.
Yeah, he could do it by himself too.
Yeah, so
I think I'm there with Luka too. I ain't gonna front. If not him, it would probably be LaMelo Ball because I would say but Ja gets hurt too much.
Yeah, I mean maybe Jokic, but. The only thing is, Jokic still always has decent help. You know what I'm saying? His teams are always somewhat decent. Would you say, like, Jokic's supporting cast is better than Luka's supporting cast right now? Even with the injuries?
I mean, not gonna lie, Jokic had a pretty decent squad, minus, like, even with the injuries.
That's what I'm saying. So now you take that off and... They're really like, yeah, Jokic had 2 MVP seasons, but, you know, Dallas is still ends up being way up there.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure if you gave Luka, Michael Porter Jr., and freaking Jamal Murray.
Finals.
Yeah, so.
Going to the finals.
I'm
three straight years.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go with Luka on this one.
I might have to go with Luka.
Hopefully Anthony Edwards or LaMelo can like step in there.
LaMelo's a star, man.
I mean, I might even start the team with like a Giannis because that's just a guy that, you know. When I said
one of the Ball brothers was going to be a superstar, I just picked the wrong one.
Yeah, facts.
I thought it was going to be Lonzo, but it ended up being it's always the youngest brother.
Well, yeah, because he gets to learn everything. People kind of
Isn't it always the youngest brother?
And they usually figure he's going to be overlooked. So then the youngest one is always just going to do the most just to kind of get the attention. So yeah, you're always going to get a better result from the youngest player or the little brother or the little sister or whatever it may be.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But usually the younger one gets all the game and then adds up to whatever new technologies they get to throw in and add some extra sauce to it and perfect it better than you did before that. Yeah, man.
Yeah, I'm with you on that though. I'm with you on that. It's been pretty busy. I'm sure we missed a couple of topics, but we're giving this this second episode thing a shot. Seeing if everybody likes it. We don't really want to drag on or nothing like that.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
we're gonna end it on a good note.
Yeah, I'm taking my Colin Kaepernick. You know what I'm saying?
You guys have a good day. We'll see you on Thursday.
Yeah, see you on Thursday. Peace.